Hi, I'm Bowling Otter.
And I'm Mrs. Sandwich.
Welcome to the BS.
The Bowling Otter Show.
Hey, let's
But I
see.
think I'm good at what?
I think your voice is deep right now.
No way. Is it deep right now? It is. Let's start from the beginning, shall we?
Hi, I'm Bowling Otter.
And I'm Lissy Sandwich.
And welcome to the BS.
The Bowling Otter Show.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
We're here.
We're here.
And we haven't gone anywhere. We took a little breaky break.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I feel like we needed a break just from the everything of it all.
From the everything.
You
Yes.
know?
Yes.
It was good. We did some recording, we did some editing, we did some like business stuff, so we weren't like completely
Watch some Stranger
away
Things.
from the channel. Yeah.
Yeah, we're catching up on that.
We have one episode left.
One episode left.
But I didn't like. We were looking at the episodes coming out. The last episode is 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
For God's sake, it's like Gone with the Wind. Do we need this much information?
My God, the time commitment.
I know. I love these people. I
Yes.
really, really do.
It's been an awesome season.
I know. Miss Sadie Sink is acting the house down.
Indeed.
I'm loving it. But I mean, these are long episodes. Finally, like last week, we were like, you know what we should do? We should just like put it on before we go to bed and like do our best and like don't like sit down saying we're going to watch an episode. Just like if we do a half hour right now, let's do a half hour.
Yeah, we had to be okay with just whatever piece we fit in, and because we were waiting for like a time like we'll be able to sit down and watch it, and that never came, and it's never going to happen. So we got to stop waiting for it.
You know what? Should we do? I feel like I'm really going to want to talk about it.
Yeah.
When we're finally done.
You want to do a spoiler cast?
Should we do these?
Do a spoiler cast on that one on Stranger Things. Do a spoiler cast on anything really.
Well, like what's
as long as we advertise it as such.
Well, what's like the etiquette around it? Like how much time needs to go by?
If it's a spoiler cast, there's nothing. You just got to make sure that it's out there, that it's a spoiler cast. Everyone knows that, hey, from this point forward, we're going to talk about spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, you can stop. And then that's the listener's decision. You've given up every single possible warning. So I think as long as you're titling it a spoiler cast and are outright with what you're doing, I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any limitation on that.
I have thoughts. Do you think you could talk about Stranger Things for a while?
A little bit, yeah. I'd be curious too. Yeah.
That would be an interesting thing to venture into.
Yeah.
But the games that are happening right now are kind of amazing.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
We're in the Quarry. We're recording the Quarry. That will be up this week. I'm so excited to actually start talking to you guys about all that. I know now we're late, but we're trying to be better with the series and recording series, should I say, and recording them in bigger chunks and start putting them up when we're recorded way ahead. So there's not that big of a gap in between the episodes. And I think we're doing it. I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Even though nothing has gone up.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Yeah, so far
like
we're doing so good that there's been no new
episodes
content.
Yeah, I know, but that's okay. That's okay.
But we do have some stuff backed up, so it's coming soon. It's coming soon.
Cuphead DLC. I'm so pumped for
Yes,
Cuphead
I haven't
DLC.
played that yet. Really
And
anxious
then,
to.
Stray is coming out.
Stray is about to come out, and we've been watching that one. And the Mortuary Assistant. It's coming out in a few weeks.
That I'm not so excited.
And that was that we were just talking about that one today. That felt like old school indie horror goodness.
Makes me all warm and
Like it was almost like
fuzzy.
nostalgic in a way.
Yeah.
And it was good. So I'm excited to get into that one and just get jump scared to heck.
I think that'll be fun.
It'll be great.
I'm also waiting I was Googling like crazy trying to figure out when Wave 2 of the Mario Kart DLC is out.
Yeah.
And they're so like up in the air with it. Like, I don't know, maybe
You know what? It'll
maybe
probably drop it like in
Q4.
next like Switch Nintendo Direct or something like that, and just be like,
hope so.
today new
That would
Mario
be
Kart stuff,
wonderful.
that kind of thing. That would be fun.
That would be great. That would be great.
I would like it.
Yeah,
that
but
happens.
I've been trying to take like a little bit of a break from the news, from the internet. I feel like my brain's a lot more peaceful, and it does help actually that it's beautiful outside. I don't know what the weather is like where you guys are.
It's been amazing.
It's been, at least for me, and like my perfect kind of weather. It's kind of like today. It wasn't very humid. It had a nice breeze.
It was like 80 degrees or something. It was really temperate.
It was pretty high. It got up to like 92 today.
You know,
in the
it just
afternoon.
wasn't humid, so it didn't feel like it was crazy high. That's always what makes it feel annoying.
I know. Well, we're also in the woods. I know we've talked about this before. We live in the woods and we have a ton of shade. But now the problem that we're having around here is that our trees are like dying. How would you even explain that?
Well, the trees that they were planted, like at a point where some of them
By
are
the
going to start to
squirrels.
die. Yeah, they've
By
been
the
there for a long
squirrels are
time.
planting them.
And yeah, there's like, other things happening, and not all the trees make it. They don't all make it.
Well, what
Some of them aren't
started to
making it.
happen? Can we be really boring for a second? What started to happen is all the leaves were falling from the trees, and they were landing on the ground. And then,
Otherwise, it was autumn.
yes, well, so
Sorry.
we would get piles and piles of leaves like quickly, like big piles, so much so that like we couldn't keep up. And then it would rain, and then we would try and get the leaf blower, and they would just kind of lift up like whoop,
Yeah,
right?
like
And they wouldn't
the
go
underside
anywhere.
of them like never dries out.
Right. And the people that lived here before were like, don't even bother trying to rake the leaves. We're in the woods. Just don't even try to clean it up. Don't worry about it. Just kind of let nature do its thing. So we're like, all right. But then, what do you know? We can't go grass or anything. And then we've got like drainage problems because it gets like super...
It eroded so much,
It
yeah.
eroded. So we're getting like some exposed roots on our trees, and we're seeing that some of them are starting or have been in the process of dying probably for a handful of years or before
Yeah.
we even came here. So
There were termites involved here. I mean, it was
it's so
some stuff
sad.
went bad.
And I hate cutting down a tree. There were some people across the street today that were cutting down a couple. I was hearing like the chainsaws.
But
and
who
stuff.
knows? Because
And I
we've
was like,
discovered some big ones that are not in good shape on our property
I
too. We got to
know.
take down one of the biggest ones we have on our property has to come down. So bummed.
So what happened was like the power company knocked on our door one day, and they were like, these 2 trees out in front of your house are getting in the way of the power lines. So we could either take them down or trim them. So we're like, okay, so can you, like, one of them absolutely had to come down.
Yeah.
And then one of them we decided to trim. One of them that needed to come down, I think, was dying or dead or close
That's
to
what
dying.
it looked like. And once it came down, we saw, and you could see the trunk was getting hollowed out. It's like, oh my God,
like,
actually.
and it was going to actually like fall.
Yeah, so we
that's
actually got
a
lucky there. But
hazard.
the other one wasn't. The other one was
No,
perfectly healthy.
no, it
Look
wasn't.
Look
It
at
was
where the trunk, and it's just
beautiful.
this like solid piece of wood.
I know.
It's like, man.
And then, you know what happened? They trimmed, we're passionate about this, can you tell? They trimmed the tree like around the power line. You know how that's so sad. I hate when they do that.
it's-
So they trimmed it around the power line. So they left us with like a trunk,
Y.
like jutting up into nothing.
Yeah.
And then it started to come back, and now it's like lush. Is it
Yeah.
like you see the little branches coming out like it's trying to live? And I feel so bad. But now, while the guy was cutting down the big tree that really did need to come down, he goes, hey, this tree in front of your house, this big tree that goes like all the way up, 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 up. He goes, that tree is dying. It's diseased. And we were like, what? And he goes, yeah, like, look at the bark. The bark is peeling. You've got like a dead branch over here.
Yeah,
like,
it started
we don't
putting
know
stuff
this.
out. I'm like, oh my God.
And
Like,
we're
it's
like,
like, you
oh,
see that? They're
no.
like, there's nothing growing on the end of that. Like, you look at all the other trees,
means
they
your
look
tree is
okay.
dying.
That one does not.
And it's gonna kill your
And
other
there's discoloration here. And I'm like, that's like the biggest tree in our front yard.
I
and it's like, yep,
know.
well, oh well.
I know. How do you guys feel about cutting down trees? And actually, a lot of people in our town were kind of nervous about cutting down the trees because the power company was doing this.
Yeah.
And they kind of demanded that if they cut one down, then you have to plant another one. So they were doing that for a little while. And then because of COVID and everything, like they couldn't keep up with it. And it's like this big deal around here. But I hate cutting down a tree. It's like throwing away a book. I can't throw away a book. I can't cut down a tree unless it absolutely needs to come down. But like,
Yes, I mean, some of them need to come down. Like some of them, if you know they're going to come down, you don't want to wait for them to fall.
I know.
If you can take it down in a controlled way, if it's coming down either way, like that
know.
tree that we got to take down, if that comes down, that's taking down power lines or it's hitting the house. So it's like, that'd be so bad.
expensive. We're gonna have to take
it's
out a loan
expensive
for
as hell to take
trees.
down the damn tree.
It's
Wow.
absolutely
This is,
bananas.
yeah.
But I mean, hey, you
Yeah.
know, expenses, I guess. But
Expenses.
maybe that's what we get for living in the woods.
Oh, that's exactly what we get for living in the woods. You
I know. We got to
It's-
do like the bug thing. and,
Yeah.
like, look out for the bugs and the bites and all of
it's
that.
just-
But
it's harder to take care of like the land a little bit if you want to take care of it.
yeah.
Because you can't just let it go if you want to.
Right,
but
right.
I don't know. Yeah, it's tricky,
But-
but I really enjoy it. I
But
really
was
love
just
it.
gonna
Yeah,
say,
it's wonderful.
like, it's so nice.
Yeah, it's totally worth it.
When we first moved here, like we thought the trees and the birds and everything were like really loud. We were
Yeah.
like, oh my God. Like it's like deafening in the morning. They're like, tweet, 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 tweet.
I remember
We
thinking
hear, like
like,
hawks and stuff and squirrels and like, it's so nice.
I remember I was
so used to it now.
working and see like there's a window that faces behind the house. And when he first started, I felt like I constantly saw motion, like there's always squirrels or birds or something running around. And I'm like getting distracted, keep seeing them. Now it's so strange to say like that's just the background noise now. But there's like so much constant movement and like life in the area, even if it doesn't feel like it, like peaceful. Compared to just like your standard, you know, where we were at before. It's really nice. It's really, I've really grown to like it more and more as you stay here.
On this like little hiatus we were doing, and because it is summer and we've got our boys around a lot more, and we're doing a lot of running around and them being outside and everything. It's just so nice and so
peaceful. It's been really nice being outside.
Kind of take it all in. But we were also getting stuff done too. We were talking about doing the quarry. I have a story. I got to tell them what happened when I got my hair did last week.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm so sorry because this is probably going to be like if I had a diary of the most disturbing things that have happened to me in my life, this is what happened to me. Let me tell you. So I go to Philly and I get my hair cut and I come out and I've got this color is called Merlot. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Merlot. But I just got it done. I washed it. I was so sad to wash it after they do it. But I come out, I open the door. I'm like, I've got my Merlot hair. I'm feeling fabulous. And I walk out, I swing the door open, and a bird shat on my person. However, it wasn't just like on your arm. Have you been pooped on?
No.
You've never been pooped on?
Never been pooped on.
My dad gets pooped on all the time. It's like like you went, it's a tradition. You're carrying the tradition. So not only did I get pooped on, it grazed the eyelashes down the cheek like this, the left side. Just so I'm like literally like swung the door open. It was like a romantic comedy, like, horrible moment. I got pooped on. So then I'm like, do I go back in the salon? Do I go keep walking and try to get to my car? So I'm like, I don't want anybody to see me. So I reach in my purse and our 3-year-old is getting potty trained. Actually, he is potty trained. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah, he's doing really good.
And I had an extra pair of his underwear in my purse just in case he had an accident. He was not with me. So I took it, his blippy underwear, and I wiped my face really quick with it and put on my sunglasses. And I was like, I just don't want anybody to see what happened. So it was just kind of like, oh my goodness, and then like walking, like Tom Cruise running to my car. And I was like texting you, but then my eye was like on fire for the rest of the day. And I came home and you're just like, you're making that face.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking about getting pooped on my eye. Like I'm thinking about my eyelashes catching bird poop.
They caught it. And then I kind of went like, and then just like, no big deal. I thought it was like water dropping from like a what's the word? Like a gutter or something like that. You know what I mean? And it was not, it was poopies. And it was, I got my poopy head, we said.
Yes.
I'm a poop head.
You poopy face. Poopy face. Lucy's a poopy face.
It was so terrible. But now I got home and I was like, I gotta take a shower. And I went and I'm like scrubbing my face, like rubbing my eyelashes. I took out my contact. I rinsed out my contact, put it back in, still on fire. I wound up throwing it out and getting a new one. So I hope I don't have like bird flu of the eye.
You'd know by now.
So I have some new kind of disease, really.
Bird eye.
Bird eye.
You got bird's eye?
Bird's eye.
Lacey got bird's eye.
Vegetable.
They say Lacey got bird's eye. Yeah.
The frozen vegetable brand.
Yes.
Bird's eye. That's how it happened. That's how it began. That's the origin.
Okay. You were but a sparkle. You were but a twinkle in a bird's eye. And now look at you.
In the poop on the way down. Just a twinkle in the turds on the way down. And just, that's how it begins. But yes, so I begin this week in horror with my poopy head because just absolute terror.
So far, this has been a poopy face week.
It has. It's been like a couple days. I got, this happened like last Wednesday and we're recording this on Monday. So I still have like like all day. I was like washing my hands all day and like washing my face and it was just so terrible. So yeah,
all right. Well,
I know. But my dad gets pooped on like all the time. Like I've been with my dad 3 or 4 times. And like one time we were on vacation and he had a map, like an actual fold out map. And he was holding it like this and the bird like pooped like right in the map. And he was like, what the? Like they always go out to get him. So maybe I'm carrying the torch. I don't know.
Maybe.
Who
I mean,
knows?
what year was it?
Oh my God. In the 90s, early 2000s or something.
Totally okay about having a fold out map then.
Yeah. I enjoy a fold-out map. I kind of miss the fold-out map.
Yeah.
If any of you millennials out there are old enough to remember like an atlas or like a fold-out road map,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I think it's interesting.
It helped you actually understand where you are.
We were just having this conversation. We're really getting off topic.
Yeah. Well, that's what this is about.
We were just having this conversation about, I was reading an article about improving your memory. And one of the things they say you can do to improve your memory is to not use your GPS and not use a map, but try and really, really go hard on really figuring out where you are. And I am so reliant on that dang GPS.
Yeah, it gets so because even if you know where you're going, you get like traffic updates and stuff. So you put it on there to be like, oh man, I'm glad I didn't take that road today, or it would have been super late. So,
but like speaking of my dad knows every like little side road, every side street, every like, oh well, I'll just cut this way and go down that way. But the GPS tells you that too. It's like, oh, if there's an accident here, turn down this little side street, and you could go through this neighborhood.
I mean, the GPS does take that need away.
It does.
You know, we don't have to know where we're at anymore. Just like you don't have to write in cursive anymore.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
There's like an art to it.
I know.
But you don't have to do it anymore.
I know.
You know, it's one of those things that's going by the wayside. It's interesting. It's weird.
Man.
But I think that's something that I didn't notice it as much until you mentioned it, like as being used to improve your memory.
Yeah.
But it makes sense that like that's probably mental exercise we should continue to do.
Yeah.
It's just get used to where you
work
live.
On your spatial awareness. We found out on the 4th of July that we are like 10 minutes away from like the super cool town. And like we knew it was around. Am I burping? But we knew it was around, but we didn't know it was so close. And we've been here for like 3 years, 4 years. And maybe if we just had the courage to take a little detour and live life a little bit, we would have known that it was right there.
Yep. We would have figured it out.
I know. So what have we learned? Take a break. And go, take a side street every now and then. Get a little poop in your eye. Little song, little dance.
That's the advice.
Little poop in your eye to see clearer before you could come back refreshed and ready to get back to work.
Yes, that is your rock bottom.
It is.
When you get
was
poop
like my
in the eye. When you get
I
poopy
see
face.
everything clearly now. The trees that are dying, the birds that are singing, the poop in the eyeball.
You see that much more clearly than you ever intended to.
I know. It all came full circle. But we're here to talk about video games and things that we saw on TV, which was Stranger Things.
Oh,
and poop in the eye. That's what I've been seeing.
We keep that's the theme of the. That's the name of the episode.
That's the name of the episode. Poop in the eye.
Poop in the eye.
Oh my God. Well, on that note.
So on that note. Let's leave you with that thought and feeling and theme.
What would you do if a bird pooped in your eye?
Yes.
You know, I told my dad real quick. I said,
what would happen if you pooped in a bird's eye?
He goes, I would have turned around and gone back in and asked for a paper towel or gone like, help, or something like that.
Yeah, I would have.
Would you?
Yeah.
I didn't want to draw the attention to me.
Everybody would have been they would have been like, oh my God.
That lady that got poop in her eyeballs in.
No, it just would have been a funny story.
But then I would have been the poop person. Every time I go in there, they'd be like, oh, she's the one that got poop in her eyeballs in.
I think it's funny.
I think I handled it beautifully.
I don't think I'd have a problem with that.
Crying
It'd be
and
part of
running
a
to the
wonderful
car.
story. Part of lore.
Well, now all of you know my poopy head.
Yes. Now it's part of lore anyway.
Yes.
Thank you, Internet. So, all right.
But yes.
So we're gonna record some more stuff. Also, even though there's other stuff we've already recorded that's going to be going up anyway.
Yes, and streaming this week, and I'm so excited. It's so fun. Yes.
Yep, we're back in the wagon, folks.
We're back on business.
All right. In the meantime, don't forget to watch us on Twitch. A fun, sloppy dump at least once a day. And if you like this video, please support us on Patreon. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.